Hello, and welcome to our instructional video for using TrackDown to perform rapid damage assessments for property insured by the Florida Municipal Insurance Trust, referred throughout this video as FMIT. This video assumes that you have already downloaded and installed TrackDown on your Android or iOS device, and that you have a valid username and password. If you need to download and install TrackDown, press the I in the upper right corner of this window to find a link to installation videos. Now here's how TrackDown works. Prior to an event, such as a hurricane, municipal personnel are given a printout of their insured locations and assets, as well as a TrackDown-enabled mobile device, such as a smartphone or a tablet. The insured locations include administrative and maintenance buildings, libraries, parks, water treatment plants, and other buildings and structures insured by FMIT. After the event or emergency occurs, and local public safety officials have given you permission, municipal personnel visit their list of locations and use TrackDown to capture the assessment information. A TrackDown damage assessment consists of critical questions about insured assets, such as which assets have damage, what type of damage exists, the extent of the damages, what immediate services may be needed, as well as additional GPS location, photos, and more. If the device being used does not have an active connection to the internet, such as in the case of a hurricane, damage assessments are stored locally on the device until the user is able to connect to a Wi-Fi hotspot or other internet connection. Once connected, when the user submits a damage assessment, it is immediately sent to the TrackDown cloud servers for processing. Within less than 1 second, a PDF of the damage assessment is generated and sent via email to municipal personnel set up in the system. Online damage assessment data is instantly integrated into Simplicity with insurance information to provide charts, graphs, and grids that visualize the information for easy reporting of estimated damages by location, asset type, insured limit, and more. What used to take days and weeks to acquire, compile, and communicate now takes less than 10 minutes to capture, compile, and transmit to key insurance and municipal staff. The end result of using TrackDown is increased response efficiency and decreased recovery costs. Now let's learn how to use this simple yet powerful system. Before performing damage assessments after an event, it is critical that you do the following. First, meet with personnel at your municipality that are responsible for managing the damage assessment process. This will allow you to receive the information you need to perform the assessment safely and effectively. This information will include what locations you are assessing, safety precautions to take, personal protective equipment to wear, hazards that may be encountered, and other critical issues of which you should be aware. Second, ensure that the devices that you will be using are fully charged and in operable condition. We highly recommend that you also have a second TrackDown-enabled device, as well as a portable battery pack compatible with your device in order to minimize issues that can occur after a disaster. Finally, ensure that you have the approval of your local public safety officials before attempting damage assessments, as roads and other infrastructure may be unsafe to travel on immediately after a catastrophic event. Once in the field, you'll access TrackDown by pressing on the icon located on your mobile device. Next, enter the username and password provided to you by your damage assessment coordinator. Check the box to save your password for easy login each time you access TrackDown. Now press the login button. This will take you to the TrackDown form selection page. If you expect to perform multiple damage assessments, press the checkbox above the form selection button to remember this form until I log out. This will tell the system to automatically start a new damage assessment after you submit your previous assessment, saving valuable time in the field. Now press the Select Form button and select Damage Assessment. This will take you to the next screen, where you should see your municipality listed in the Related Account field at the top of the screen, as well as additional user information. If you are not the current logged-in user, or if you are performing the damage assessment using a generic username for your group, enter your name in the My Name field, and enter your phone number in the My Phone field. This will help FMIT and your municipality identify who filled out the damage assessment should follow-up be necessary. Press on the Save My Name and Phone checkbox, so your information will automatically populate subsequent assessments until you log out. Notice the assessment date and time that appear at the bottom of the screen and are not editable. This ensures that we have a record of the damage at the exact date and time of the assessment. Once you have entered your information on this screen, press the Next button to proceed. You are now on the Location and Event screen, where you select the location and asset for which you are assessing for damage, as well as the event that caused the damage. The first field on this screen is optional and is used to filter the related location address screen below it to shorten the amount of options in the list. Some municipalities have hundreds of locations to choose from, and this list can take time to scroll through unless filtered. This is where the printed list of your assets we referenced earlier in this video will come in handy. On your printout, you should see the name of your current location, as well as a column for location prefix and address. The location prefix is a 3-digit number used by your property insurer, FMIT, to identify the location. Type the 3-digit prefix for the location that you are assessing into the field, and then press the Apply Filter button. Now go down to the Related Location field, and notice how the list is filtered to show only the locations that contain the location prefix that you typed in the Filter field above. If you do not have a printed list available, you can type in the name of the street or portions of the name to filter the list as well. If you don't want to use this filter field, click the Clear Filter button and simply select the Related Location Address drop-down to select an option from the entire list. If you do not have a list and the Related Location drop-down doesn't look familiar to you, or you can't find the correct related location in the drop-down, you are still able to perform an assessment for this location. Simply click on the Location Not in List option at the top. This will allow you to enter name and address information about the location and then proceed on with the assessment. If you select the Location Not in List option, the next field, Related Asset, will automatically populate with Asset Not in List to save additional time. For the purpose of this training, we will assume that you are able to find your location in the list. Press it and then move down to the Related Asset drop-down. This field shows a list of assets, such as buildings or structures, that are at this location. Each item will have a 6-digit FMIT location number preceding its name, such as 001001. Press on the correct one from the list. Once the related asset is selected, move down to the Event drop-down. The name of the event which might be responsible for causing damages to this asset will be listed for you to select. Press on the correct event. To save time on subsequent assessments, check the Save Event Until I Log Out button to keep this selection until you log out of TrackDown. Now move to the GPS Coordinates field. This field will allow you to use built-in location GPS function on your device to capture your current location. Ensure that you have this function active on your device before proceeding. For Android devices, you can select the Settings button and then find the Location selection, where there are additional options available for selecting location services based upon your device. For Apple devices, you can select the Settings app on your screen, and then go to the Privacy section where location services can be activated by sliding the circle to the right. When you're ready, click the Get GPS button and wait for the system to process. It can take from less than a second up to 20 seconds to capture the GPS location data. If the system is unable to acquire your GPS information, it will give you feedback indicating this. Press the OK button and move to a different area at your current location. Press the Get GPS button to attempt again. The GPS field is optional, so if you are unable to get a GPS reading, continue filling out the assessment by pressing the Next button. The next screen is for filling out damage assessment information. The first field is for selecting whether the asset is damaged. Due to the logistics involved with responding to a disaster, knowing if an asset is not damaged is just as important as knowing if an asset is damaged. Knowing which assets are not damaged frees up response and recovery resources, so they can be focused on the assets that need them the most. If you select No in this drop-down, the form will automatically proceed to the next page, and will fill out the fields on this screen with the appropriate information automatically. If you select Yes, you can continue down the screen and answer the remaining questions regarding the need for and type of immediate services needed, if the asset is safe for occupancy, or if damages pose imminent threats to public safety or environmental concerns. Once you have completed this portion of the assessment, press the Next button to proceed to the next screen, which allows you to enter the percent of the asset damaged by wind or storm surge, flooding, or other perils, respectively. Enter your best guess here and don't worry about being 100% accurate. These values will be used to provide estimates of damage once they are united with the insurance limits in the Simplicity online software. The Damage Description and Notes field allows you to enter any information that you want your municipality and the insurance provider to know. Pressing on the field will bring up your device's keypad, which allows you to enter the information using your voice by pressing the microphone key on the keypad. speak or type in your notes into this field, and then continue by selecting what you think the estimated damages are to the building. Once again, this is just an estimate to provide initial numbers and is not meant to be precise. Press the Next button to continue to the Images screen. Make sure you are safe while taking photos of damages. Take up to 4 photos of the damaged asset by clicking on the Camera button. Once you have the asset in the camera's view, press the Photo button on the camera to take a picture. Wait 1 to 2 seconds and the camera should give you an option to either keep or discard, or OK or retry. If you like the photo, press OK or keep. If you want to take a different picture, press retry or discard. Once you save the photo, it will show up as a thumbnail back on the Images screen. If you've already taken the photos and they reside on your device, you can select the Library button to access the device's image gallery and press on Previously Taken Photos to save to the assessment. Once finished taking photos, press the Next button to go to the final signature screen. The end time of the assessment will be auto-populated to ensure that the assessment was submitted at the current time. Now sign the assessment using your initials or your signature by pressing your finger or stylus on the screen and moving it over the gray area under the Clear button on the screen. You have now completed the damage assessment. In order to submit the form for processing, click the Submit button. A processing circle should appear for up to 20 seconds. If connected to the internet, an alert will appear indicating that your form was submitted. Click the OK button to go back to the Select Form page where you can start again. You will bypass the Select Form page if you click the box earlier to remember the form that you selected. If you submitted a form and no connection can be made to the TrackDown servers, an alert will appear indicating the lack of a connection, and your form will be saved to the Cache Forms section of the application. If you do not want to immediately submit the form, at any time during your use of the form, you can save it for editing later by selecting the Save button. Type in a name and then click OK when prompted. The form will show when you click the Save Forms button after logging in. Click on it to edit and then submit it when completed. If you do not have an internet connection at the time of submittal, the damage assessment will be stored locally on your device. If you have cache forms in TrackDown from previous failed submittal attempts, due to a lack of connectivity, when you return back to the first page of the damage assessment form, the Submit Cache Forms button will appear. When you have a confirmed internet connection, click this button to immediately submit any cached forms. You have now successfully submitted your TrackDown Damage Assessment forms. If you are on the email distribution list, set up by Synergy NDS prior to your TrackDown installation, you'll receive a copy of the damage assessment through your email. The email will contain a PDF attachment of the completed damage assessment for your review. The information from your completed assessment is also transmitted electronically to Simplicity, FMIT's claims management system. Information you submit will be used by turnkey recovery managers and FMIT when responding to losses at your municipality. Thank you for watching our tutorial about using TrackDown to perform a damage assessment for your municipality. TrackDown will save time and ensure faster recovery of your damaged assets. By providing our members with solutions like TrackDown and Simplicity, FMIT shows our commitment to be your resource, your advocate, and your partner. For more information, visit insurance.flcities.com or synergynds.com. Thank you very much.